Hi everybody. So I know you're missing the gym, so I thought I would do you a quick, easy home workout that you can do with no equipment, anywhere. It's only 10 minutes, 10 exercises, 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. You don't need anything except a mat if you want it for your hands or knees. Yeah, just have some fun. And you can repeat it as many times as you like. All right, let's go for it. Okay, so your first move is to get you warmed up is a little virtual skip.
3,
2,
1.
So I want you to imagine you've got a little skipping rope. If you have an actual skipping rope, obviously feel free to use it. You want to be light on your feet, so you want to go the balls of your feet, tiny little jumps. This is really good low impact cardio. It's really good for the joints if you keep it small. So you don't want to be doing this. You want to keep it nice and small. And I want you to turn your arms like you're skipping. You can do some tricks if you can. So much easier without a rope. If only I could do it with a rope. Alright, you've got another 10 seconds to go. Last 5,
3,
2, 1. Okay, next up, a nice, easy, straightforward squat. So start with your feet slightly outside your hips, chest lifted, weight in your heels, and then get ready to rock in 3, 2, 1. So squat, and then as you stand, I want you to squeeze your butt. So you're keeping your chest lifted the whole time. Your butt goes back and down like you're butting someone out the way behind you, and you don't want your knees to go forward. So if you find yourself doing that, you see the difference. You need to think about pushing your butt back behind you and pushing through your heels. Wiggle your toes in your trainers, that'll help. You can do what you like with your arms. Doesn't matter, you can leave them by your side. You can do disco arms, do disco roll, jazz hands, or anything you like, doesn't matter. Alright, you've only got another 5 seconds.
3, 2,
1.
1.
Alright,
Rest.
next up is a squat with a hip extension. So, same setup as before, feet slightly outside your hips, chest lifted as braced. Weight in your heels.
3,
2,
1.
So, you're going to squat, and then as you stand, I want you to take one leg behind you. So, all you're doing is squeezing your butt, and the leg goes back behind you. So, as that leg goes back, squeeze your butt hard as you can. Use your glutes. Obviously, you're in charge of how low you go, but try and keep your chest lifted the whole time. Imagine you've got a little tray of drinks right here at your chest.
Halfway there.
You don't want to spill them, so keep your chest upright. You've got another 15 seconds to go, and then you're there. Ooh, you've only got 8 seconds now. Wiggle those toes in your trainers for me.
3,
2,
2.
1. Okay, next up is just a lunge, an alternating lunge. So just one leg at a time, doesn't matter which one you start with. Keep your chest lifted. 5 seconds.
3, 2,
And let's
1.
go. So
Go.
big step forward and then change legs. So as you step forward, the back heel comes off the floor and the front heel touches down first, always. So you want to try and keep the body as upright as you can, and you are aiming to get kind of a 90-degree angle in your knees. So you won't always, sometimes it'll be a little bit more, sometimes it'll be a little bit less, that's fine. I've got dodgy feet, so my lunges are not particularly deep. If you want to go a little bit deeper than me, feel free, but if you feel anything in your knees, don't. Okay, just keep them shallow. Alright, you've got another 7 seconds to go, whizzing by.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so you've gone forward, we're now going to go side to side. So make sure you've got a little bit of space. I'll try not to make sure I'm off the camera in this one. You've got another 4 seconds of rest.
3,
2,
2, 1.
Okay, now
Go.
step out to the side, and then you're going to go out to the other side. So as you step out, I want you to keep that heel down in the centre. There's a tendency to roll the foot. Try not to do that. As before, you keep your chest lifted and your butt is going back and down behind you rather than forward. So obviously there's going to be a little bit of a push forward from the knee, you can't help that, but don't emphasise it. Emphasize the butt going back behind you. You're aiming for one leg straight, other leg bent. You've got another 10 seconds. As before, you can go as wide or deep as you like. Do anything like your arms again, doesn't matter. Whatever works for you.
2, 1.
Okay,
Rest.
next up, jump jacks. So again, lots of options for these. If you don't fancy jumping, don't panic. Just keep recovering for a second, or about 5 seconds to be precise.
3, 2,
1.
go.
So, important thing is you want to land, heel first, toes out to the sides, like that, and your knees bend to absorb the impact. So if you struggle with these, it might be that you're not bending your knees enough, so they're kind of jarring, or it might be you're landing on your toes or the ball of your feet. Try and land on your heels. Option, no impact, no problem. Keep it low, and of course if you don't fancy that, you can just stick to a normal squat if you want. In terms of your arms, whatever you like, anything. Anything you fancy. You've still got another 5 seconds.
3,
2,
2,
1. Okay, next up, you might want a mat for this for your hands. We've got mountain climbers. So, set up position. You want to be on your toes and you want your hands directly under your shoulders, about shoulder width apart.
3, 2, 1.
And then you bring one knee in towards your chest, straight in, and then you just kind of a little running motion. So you want to be quite light on your feet. When you bring them in, it's not step in, it's a light tap with that toe. Options, slow it down if you want, but keep it light. And all that weight is in your arms. So your shoulders are directly over your wrists, you're looking ahead of you, draw your belly up, try and keep your butt roughly in line with your shoulders, so you don't want to be up here, you don't want to be down there. You've got another 10 seconds to go. If you look about a metre ahead of you-ish, that'll keep your neck in a nice alignment. Last 4 seconds.
3,
2,
2,
1. Okay,
rest.
next up, nice normal push-up. So for this one, you want to start with your hands wider than your shoulders. I'll show you both sides anyway. Start on your knees, bring your body weight forward.
2, 1.
So you still want your shoulders to be over your wrists, but they won't be directly over because your hands are wider. But in terms of being vertically above them. And then you're going to bring your chest down between your hands. So what often happens if people try and do this, and can you see how my hands are quite far forward from my chest? You want to bring your chest forward, and then your chest is coming down roughly between the heel of your hand or your thumbs. Options, obviously, get on your toes if you want a bit more, if you want a little bit less, bring the knees in, but try and keep that body weight forward. You've only got another, 8 seconds, so if you can, try and get on your toes. And last 4 seconds.
3,
2, 1. Okay. Next up, just a normal crunch. So, do it this way around. You're going to lie your back for this one. If you can, you've got something handy, you might want to tuck your feet under somebody or something.
1.
And then hands at your temples and just a tiny little crunch. So I want you to focus on the crunch here, not the lift from the shoulders. You don't have to come all the way up. That's not a crunch, that's a full sit up. Just think about focusing on drawing your belly in. If you can imagine kind of drawing your belly button back to your spine. Exhale on the way up. Inhale on the way down. 2 little ones.
Halfway there.
Halfway there already. And keep going. Try and make sure that your lower back stays on the mat. Obviously, if you don't like having your hands at your temples, you can reach towards your heels. I mean your knees rather. Or your heels if you fancy it.
2,
Whatever you like.
1. Rest.
Okay, you've only got one move to go, and it's glute bridges. So you're going to stay in this position. You want your feet a little bit closer to your butt, and then all you're going to do is push through your heels, and you're going to lift your hips off the floor.
2, 1. Go.
So go up, and then back down again. As you get to the top, squeeze your butt. So you're going to be pushing through your heels, so your toes, you probably wiggle them, keep the weight out of them. And as you get to the top, just squeeze that butt. Work at a pace that works for you. I mean, obviously, if you do want to make this more challenging, you can just grab some weight and hold it on your hips. It doesn't have to be like a dumbbell or something. It could just be a bag full of books or a cat or a small child or whatever, or you can just do what I'm doing and do it with no weight. You're still working the same muscles, it's all good. All right, you've only got another 7 seconds to go. And last 2, 1, and you are done. So that's it. I hope you had some fun, hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.